Hello guys, so today we're gonna take a look at the Marceau, and this replay is actually very good because you'll be able to see a lot of plays that I do here that they actually are meant to do in a Marceau, and they are not, and they don't just happen because, well, I guess it happened, it was a bit of luck. No, this was actually all of these plays, almost all of them, they were quite planned in an instant before the battle, and here's why. So, when I'm playing Marceau, I like to play aggressive at the start of the game. Why? Well, because you have tons of speed, you are the fastest DD, alongside with the Kleber, and since you have a very high DPM, you can basically ambush the enemy DDs. But in order to do that, you need to get very close to the enemy. Why? Because it's a Marceau, it has very slow shell velocity, and it's not like a Kleber where you can gunfight other DDs at 10, 11, 12 kilometers or more. In this ship, you basically need to be at that range of 8, and 8 is a bit too much, 7 or below. If you are at 6 kilometers, that's the ideal, and the lower you are, the best for you. Because, as I said before, as you can see, my reload is only 2.6 seconds, it's actually quite monstrous, but the shell arc is quite atrocious, and this is the factor that, at least in my opinion, balances out the Marceau completely. Because if it had like the Kleber arcs, it would be completely broken. So yeah, right now, as you are seeing, this Daring is being a bit cocky. He's respecting our presence here. We also have a Kitakaze, he's playing in the smoke. And what I'm thinking right now is that, well, our Shim is being suppressed by our CV. He only has like a Neptune. Neptune has very slow bullet velocity and only 2 BBs to support him. So what am I thinking right now? Oh well, I'm gonna rush this cap, and as you can see, he's trying to pick a fight with me. He has to respect me, and I'm just gonna go straight forward into this rock that is right in front of me. Why? Because it will give me cover from the enemy BBs that are up north, and I'm just gonna try and close the distance with this Garing. Right here I get quite lucky because I wasn't paying attention to the torps. That was a pretty big mistake by me. And yeah, I ambush him, and this is what the Marceau does phenomenally. Basically, at this distance, I don't really care how much damage I take because I know I'm just gonna melt him down. And as you can see, he lost quite a bit of health, or 10k in less than a couple of seconds, and the CV finishes him off, which is great. I sent that little evil smile because it worked as planned. So right now, looking at the map once again, whenever you finish one play, you need to look right away to the map. Why? Because right now, let's see the options. Basically, they have BBs that are pushing into our cap, and I don't know where this Neptune are and if he's a radar or not. So basically, I'm just gonna get out of here and find whatever I can find in my way. And luckily, with a little bit of luck, we find this I don't Alsace. I mean this tier 9, I guess, BB. And yeah, we are just gonna farm this guy. And one of the key strengths as well, since this ship is French, is the acceleration. You can basically juke the shells going back and forth, and you will see that in a bit. But for that, as you will see, spoiler alert, you need to have the speed boost always activated, because once your speed boost is off, you become basically a Khabarovsk in terms of level speed, which is good, but I mean your whole survivability depends on your speed in this ship. And as you can see, like, the shell arcs are terrific, they're really bad. And yeah, we are just gonna farm him. I'm trying to juke, but my speed boost goes off, and as you can see, I'm not quite fast enough to accelerate and dodge the shells. So we are just gonna disengage in this situation. Why? Well, because this Jambard is getting pretty close to us, which is getting kinda dangerous. and we are just gonna try and juke this one. We got 2 fires, which is excellent, and with the A cap and with this play done, or so to say that, what are we going to do? Well, looking at the map once again, we have A cap, we don't have B, they control B completely. They also have a black, and my Kitakaze is suffering quite a bit, that PTA guy, Silverblade. So I know he's gonna go down because he's getting focused by the CV. He has a black close to him, which counters him pretty heavily. So yeah, he goes down, and I immediately know that I have to play for B cap right now. And once again, with my speed, with this guy not being careful enough, at least in my opinion, because he shouldn't be this far overextended, and coming into B, there is no excuse for that. He could just go and capture C. I'm just gonna try and pick a fight with this black. He has very slow shell velocity, so I should be fine. I should be fine. This Nevsky radar, which is just crucial, very crucial here, and I'm just gonna rush him down. I need this black to die. Why? Well, because I need to get control of this B cap ASAP. It's very important, and as you can see, even though I'm only at 8k health, like the French DDs have a mechanism which is the desaturation. I mean, all of the ships have, but with this notices a bit more in the French DDs. And with you being saturated, it basically means that you take less damage when you get hit. So yeah, that's why this black was doing so little damage to me. And yeah, the black is dead. Great. Once again, we managed to pick another kill for ourselves. And right here, in case you didn't notice, I knew I was gonna crash into those islands. So what I immediately did was to put my speed into full reverse. Why? Well, because when you crash into an island, if you are already with the pointer, I should say, the pointer, whatever, if it's already in full reverse mode, you won't actually like get stuck in the island. You will immediately go back, like if it was some sort of ricochet. That's just a game mechanic. It's very weird, but I mean, it is what it is. You gotta play with your strength. So right now, the enemy is pushing heavily from the seaside. So I immediately think, okay, let's farm these BBs or these cruisers that are pushing the sea cap. And yeah, basically what I did this game was nothing really special. I mean, I didn't get focused by the CV. I mean, Marceau has fairly good AA, so the CV doesn't really want to strike me, which is always good. But I want you guys to notice this. Whenever I'm done with the play, I instantly look at the map to know what I'm gonna do next. This is very important, and I think this is what it lacks in a lot of players these days, is that they basically kill a ship, they don't know what to do next. They just get lost and they sail around the map without any goal whatsoever. So as you can see right now, I'm just using my torps. So let's talk about the torps in a bit. Basically, Marceau torps, they are good for causing basically a flood or to force the control, the repair control, or whatever it is called. And yeah, it's not like Clubber torps where you have an insane amount of DPM in those torps. It's more of a support tool for this ship. You can stealth torp, which is good. You have 9 kilometers. It's also good. The speed is not the greatest, but as I said, they are there to cause a flood or to force the repair. And after that, of course, you will open up fire and get some permafires, which is the primary key of this ship. It's to play around your permafire, since you are a nasty fire started, you have a lot of DPM. So yeah, right now this wasn't planned, I'm gonna be honest. This guy is opening a fight with me, which is very dumb. He's a Yugomo, he should never try to gunfight me unless I was like at 2k or 1k health. And yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. So with this mistake done, all we need to do here is to take advantage of it. And I'm just gonna try and close the distance, but I get briefly spotted. So what this means is that he got out of the smoke. At the time I didn't realize that, which was a mistake. I didn't need to fire those torps, but whatever. So I thought at the time he was still in the smoke, but then I saw like the smoke area getting larger, and I knew that he was going into B. I mean, it's not bad. He's trapped there. I mean, he's trapped at B. We have a lot of cross shots into B, which is also good. We finish off this Neptune. He gets spotted. Yeah, I mean, our HE is gonna pan him all over his ship, and as you can see, the shell arcs aren't very impressive, as I said before, and this is really your main weakness. And right now we are just gonna cap C. I mean, the game should be completely controlled, and even though we don't have that much damage, we only have like 124k. I want you guys to see like how much of an impact you can have in a Marceau by trying to ambush the enemy DDs with your team or by yourself, as I did in the daring. And yeah, I mean, now we are just gonna farm and farm and farm until the rest of the game. I'm just gonna use these islands to basically shoot while being undetected. It's not gonna be possible right away because, I mean, the Yama will spot us, but I mean, it's a weakness to have like this flat arcs, but sometimes they can be quite good. Why? Because you can basically sit behind the islands and you can shoot whoever you want without being shot at back. So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna farm this, not Yamato, this Satsuma, and yeah, I mean, this is basically how you play Marceau. There's no better way to describe it. It's not because I was playing the ship, it's not because it's my replay. I mean, I fuck up a lot of times in the Marceau, but in this particularly replay, I just think it was very well played. I mean, it was very calculated and very well planned. And yeah, the key to success these days is just to make not a very sophisticated plan. I mean, it's just a video game, but basically have little objectives over the map or over the game. So, as I said before, I planned to ambush the daring, then I planned to rotate towards B, and I saw the black, he was overextended, and I also planned after that to ambush the black and then rotate towards C. Luckily the Yogomo made the mistake of trying to gun me down, and yeah, as you can see, it's like step by step, objective by objective, that you slowly but surely will take over the map. And yeah, I'm just gonna ignore the SAV, and I'm gonna use this island to basically farm the Kurfürst. Another little trick, I mean, most of you guys must maybe know this, but I'm just gonna say it anyways, is that when you're fighting a Kurfürst or a full secondary BB, you basically want to get behind them. So it's not like you want to get basically at straight into their booty or their nose if you're fighting them. Why? Because their secondaries don't have don't have enough angles to fully shoot you. So only like a third of them or less will shoot you. And as you can see, this guy, I mean, it's a secondary BB, and the secondaries didn't even shoot me there. So that is why you will see me right now do the turn into the right, so I don't get shotted by the secondaries that much. And yeah, I mean, this is basically the strength and weaknesses of the Marceau and how you should play it and think. Not every game is gonna look like this, but if you try and do this like this mechanism, be disciplined, I mean, I think you will have much better games with practice and along the way. So yeah, this is all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.